rocket launchers! And it was good.
I think that was everybody's idea. We all kind of agreed that we should do a zombie sequel.
At the end of the zombie movie, we had missed one big ingredient of a zombie film, which is you need hordes of zombies. You can't just have one.
We were out of ideas at that time. I think it was like a year since we made the last film, and we thought, hey, we have no new ideas already. Let's rehash something, you know?
In the first zombie film, it was just Spencer going around, and then you have Brandon turning into one at the end. So we decided, hey, we need to get lots of zombies, like in, you know, Night of the Living Dead, you have all those zombies around the house, and Dawn of the Dead, you have them in the shopping mall. We need something like that. We didn't. We managed to get maybe a handful.
My first involvement with Utopia Cinemas was the zombie movie, the second one.
Enough people had seen our films that we get a pretty good size crowd of zombies, which turned out to be 8, which is a good size for our films, believe it or not.
I played a zombie, sang a song, the Hess Truck song. Hess Truck's back and it's better than ever. I can't wait to visit Brandon. The other zombies were very talented. Eric Tribia was a zombie.
I don't know, we'd been rival production companies for a little while.
One zombie I wasn't quite sure of. Tony Cycles?
I think Skittles, something like that.
Tony Skiles basically is the human crash test dummy, just throwing him around on set and hoping he would be able to make it home.
He kind of walked like a robot. I wasn't quite sure about that.
I didn't enjoy working with him, but what are you gonna do?
I didn't get to know him that well. I didn't really approach him because he struck me as kind of maybe mentally retarded.
That was by far the largest cast we had had yet in Utopia. The Mainses were there. That was kind of crazy. We were afraid someone was going to get hurt. Children were going to be, you know, futures ruined. But it turned out all right. I think we had to drive them away with pepper spray or something, but it worked out.
That was the first film that we really went heavy on the special effects, the fire, Brandon blowing up, and we had the 3D grenade that Matt threw. 5 hours of editing for that.
I took off work that day. I was working at Weaver Markets at the time. Took off work two weeks in advance because I knew we were doing this big zombie anniversary film. And I figured I'd play a pretty big part because at the end of the first film, it appeared that I would make a return. But I returned for about, 3 seconds? 4 seconds maybe?
Brandon, of course, with his 1.5 second reprisal of the role.
2 seconds. It was 2 seconds. I exploded.
That was kind of funny. He blew up.
That's all I did. Then I went into my bedroom and played Super Mario RPG for 3.5 hours while they continued filming outside and using my house, and I was pretty pissed off, yes.
Zombie sequel, I didn't feel right about being in, actually, and so I took the producing credit for that, but then they threw me in anyway as the zombie bounty hunter, and I can't stand my one line at the end where I talk about overkill and I laugh.
That's what I call overkill.
I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever done on camera, and I'm talking about all Kentucky Smith aside. That's the one line that I apologize to you for. So, but otherwise, I liked it. It was a good film. Our biggest cast yet.
And it was a fun experience.
It was a fun experience.
But yeah, it was a fun experience.
And it was in good fun. And I think it showed.
Wiffle Ball and Christmas Carol, I think, looking back, both had a lot of potential.
Wiffle Ball, we spent what, like two 2.5 hours filming that one, so that one, I can't say how that one would have turned out.
After the initial filming, we had what sometimes happens in Utopia is if we don't get a project done the first day, it doesn't get done. So that's what basically happened with those movies.
I remember in gym class, we had fun gym classes. Eric, Sean, no Matt in there. That was fun for once in a while. We were playing wiffle ball, and as always, we were screwing around a lot. But some people would just not let it go. Like, you'd be like sort of safe, sort of out. You know, it doesn't really matter. But they'd be like, "You're out. You're done. You're done," and like really like getting into it, like jumping up and down when they won. You know, like the 20-minute wiffle ball game you get to play at the end. I think Sean, Eric, and I just sort of sat there and were like, "This is completely ridiculous. Let's make fun of them."
Wiffle ball was really the first of apparently a trilogy so far of Spencer trying to excel at absurd sports. And really, we've only got one film produced where he actually does that. He screwed up wiffle ball, and then he screwed up himself for peg game. So we have the champ to show for that.
Hopefully we can get out of that little cycle of obscure sport champions.
Waiting around for Aaron. Who knew? Aaron late for something? No. I don't believe it. But yeah, those were some good one day, and deleting all of it. There was something about that. All the work in study hall, writing the script.
I was involved with wiffle ball. I played a character, I forget, it was like a bully kind of guy. He just screamed at the main character all the time in this really insane way. Like, "Ugh!"
We just really wanted to satire a beautiful sport. A beautiful, wonderful sport. And we did. Well, we didn't. We sort of did. Sort of.
Wiffle what?
Christmas Carol was something I was really excited for, mainly because I was playing Scrooge, mainly because I'd written the script.
I was kind of excited. That was mostly my idea to do a Christmas Carol.
I remember we had been talking about the idea of doing a Christmas Carol, and then one night we all got together at Aaron Rare's house to watch The Muppet Christmas Carol, which I personally believe is the definitive Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol, I had no involvement in whatsoever. I had no writing of the script. I don't even know where I was that day.
We started the script that night, and then I think over the next week I finished it.
We were filming the Christmas Carol movie. We had a little bit of snow.
We started shooting. There's no snow on the ground.
And we got done with filming, and we were like, "Hey, you know what? Screw that. We're not finishing it." I don't know why, because it was all right. I mean, we had some good stuff going on there.
The filming went pretty good for the most part, but after the first day, we just never came back to it.
We were undercasted. We had, I think, Schaefer playing all the ghosts, and that kind of got confusing.
I think the time scheduling, we had to get it out before Christmas. Weird that you would put a Christmas movie out before Christmas, but we're pretty lazy, and it takes a certain editor a long time to edit stuff.
I think it was right to put it on the shelf for a while, but at the same time, it's there if we need it.
Both had a lot of potential, so it's sad that they never saw the light of day in complete form.
That was kind of a lazy stage in Utopia Cinemas because we didn't feel like doing another full-length 15-20 minute film, so we just did a bunch of little shorts.
I think those were our best films.
The poker short, I think, was the first of the short ones to be filmed.
Poker was one of those 2 a.m. things that you make after watching the movie Snatch.